I am getting the thumbs up, which means we are live, ladies and gentlemen. How the hell are you? Jeff Kiesel, Kiesel Guitars, hanging out for the live Q&A. If you're new to these live Q&As, these are weekly, every Wednesday at 3 p.m. California time. And it's your opportunity to ask whatever you want to know. So you can start doing that now. Go ahead and type in your question. You know, it doesn't have to be guitar related. You know, whatever you want to know, shoot. And then I'll typically have a lot of times a deal of the live, sometimes a top of the live, usually a customer guitar, and I'll talk about some stuff for a little bit while you guys are typing your questions in. So first off, let me show off the deal of the live. And this is only good while we're live. $1,700, amazing, for a Swamp Ash body Zeus headless 3-piece neck. We got maple purple heart, stainless jumbo frets on a ebony fretboard. You have beryllium pickup in the neck, lithium pickup in the bridge. It's a 24 3/4 scale, which is really rad, and it's finished in our select midnight blue. An amazing guitar, shipped right to your door, $1,700. So a hell of a deal. Pricing it out online with some of the stuff we got going on. We do have promos going on, which I'll get to those. It came out to about $1,900. So you're saving an additional $200 and no wait. We can ship this out tomorrow. It does have a tremolo, volume and tone, and then a 5-way blade lever on there. So speaking of which, the promos, let me get that back in there. All right, so here's what we got going on for promos that end tonight at midnight. These are the Halloween promos. Free thinner neck profile, free black hardware, free thorium bridge pickup, free Empyrean neck pickup, $75 for the Kiesel Polarity Active System, which is amazing. And then here's some other freebies. Roasted maple neck, black acrylic inlays, reverse pointed angled headstock, walnut neck, black bursted edges. You can get a free Swamp Ash body upgrade when you select raw tone. Discounts. We have a discount on the crackle finish. We have a discount on a mahogany body. So there's some really cool promos. We also have some call-in promos for the Monster Burst finish. That is free. You have to get a master grade top, but the Monster Burst finish is normally $400, so you can save additionally on that. So some pretty rad ones there. Speaking of rad ones, let's show off this top. We'll do the top real quick. So here is my top of the live. I haven't done a top in a long time. This is a master grade Buckeye top. Zach, you want to zoom in? I don't know if you can on the regular camera to try to really, guys on Facebook and YouTube, try to grab that. You can see the high detail on that. This top, we're gonna let it go for $600. Master grade Buckeye is normally $1,200. It is a smaller top, so it's gonna be limited to our headless guitars, headless guitar or bass, with the exception, the only models that it's not going to work on because they're a little bigger than this top will allow is the Type X and the I think it's the Thanos bass and the Osiris bass. Those are the only three that it will not work on. The rest, like the Zeus bass, no problem, and all the rest of the headless, it doesn't want to stay. Gotta love that. Pull that piece of tape off. I was trying to get it to stay so you guys could see that it's a little better shape, but anyhow, it is what it is. And then something really cool. There's a customer, a lot of you guys that are, not new to these streams. Hey.
The Zeus is gone.
Zeus is gone. Yep, who's grabbing this Zeus?
Mr. Thomas Smith.
Thomas Smith. Thank you so much, man. That's awesome.
What's up, Brendan? What's up, Keith? Welcome back, man.
Good job, Keith.
All right, we'll see you.
All right. So, speaking of rad, besides that guitar selling in like 2 minutes, those of you guys that are not new to the streams, you know the brand, you kind of are in the lives and stuff, you've heard a name, John Gamrat. John Gamrat is such an amazing person. He is actually one of the only customers that has my cell phone number. So, right. So I just texted him right before I went live. I was like, yo, I'm getting ready to show your guitar off. So you might want to join in. So hopefully John's in on this. So when John was coming up to the number 100 on purchases from us, custom guitars, and he's been a customer since 2014. So yes, he's bought over 100 guitars since 2014. And last year he was getting ready to hit the 100. And I hit up John, or maybe it wasn't last year. I guess it was, when was it? It was last year. It was late last year. And I said, John, I want to do something for you. I want to do the 100th guitar for you on me. You're not paying for it. And this is how awesome John is. John goes, oh no, that's okay, Jeff, no problem. I'm like, no, and we're on the phone, you know, we're not texting or anything, we're talking on the phone. And I'm like, no, man, this is on me. He's like, are you sure? And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure. He goes, oh, okay. Well, maybe like a solid color Delos would be cool. I'm like, John, you are not getting the least expensive Kiesel. You're getting the most expensive one, man. He's like, are you serious? And I'm like, yeah, I want to do a K series for you. So here's the guitar. Master grade burl maple top with a black denim finish that I did. Got a trans black, yes, trans black thin burst. We did a walnut layer underneath the top. And then, of course, we have the swamp ash body done with an antique ash treatment. 7-piece neck, my favorite neck. See the back of the headstock, it says number 100, my little signature on there that I do on all the K series. Of course, we have a matching headstock. Black hardware, black over gold logo. Gold jumbo frets, scalloped multi-scale fretboard with a very special piece of Royal Ebony that he actually picked. I took 3 different pieces, took pictures of them, let him pick that. And then a surprise that he didn't know he was getting. He knew he was getting wood pickups, walnut, but these are burled walnut pickups. And he's got a Holdsworth in the neck and a lithium in the bridge. You know, just a single volume knob, pull up kill switch, 5-way blade switch. But just such a rad guitar and such a rad story, right? And so John is well past 100 at this point. But, you know, we wanted to do something real special for him. So, John, thank you so much. And we'll be getting this guitar out to you. Sorry, I was going to ship it, and then I just ended up saying, hey, I wanted to show it off on the live. So it was ready on Friday of last week, and we held it for this week to show it off on the live. So, hell of a guy. And, man, what an amazing story. You know, 100 custom guitars, and that was number 100. Royal Ebony truss rod cover and Royal Ebony backplate as well on that. So I think I've covered everything. The deal of the hour, if you're just joining us late, this has already been sold. The top is a master grade Buckeye burl. It's going to be for headless only. And this is going for $600 instead of $1,200. So you can call my guys and grab the top of the live. And on that note, what can I answer for you?
Okay. Brent Clark wants to know, I'll be in Escondido on Friday. Can I meet you?
Oh, well, I don't work on Fridays, so I wouldn't be here anyway. So that would be a no. And I do try to meet customers. It just depends on my schedule. Sometimes people will come in from out of town, and I'll do my best effort to go out and say hi, you know, for a couple minutes or whatever. You know, the days are usually pretty hectic, you know, trying to get a lot crammed into a 4-day work week. I've been on a 4-day work week for some time now, and, you know, my time's a little more limited now, but, that's awesome. Hopefully you got an appointment. I'll bring that up real quick. We only have our showroom available for appointments, and these are 20-minute order appointments. They're not appointments to try guitars. They're not appointments to look around the showroom and then take off. They're just 20-minute window for you to place your order in person. That's all they're for. So hopefully you have an appointment lined up already, and if you don't, you can call, talk to Flock, and he'll let you know and get you all up to date on that.
John Gamrat is in here and says, I just creamed my corn.
That's awesome. Love it. That is so great. Yeah, it's a really rad one. It's a stunning guitar. I think you did really good on your options on that. It's definitely, it says you in it. John, I know John so well at this point. He loves walnut accents. He actually likes walnut bodywoods, which you guys know I've never been a big fan of. But this guitar is so elegant, so expensive looking, so classy. It's got everything. And it's mean too at the same time. It's just, man, well done, John. Well done.
What are your thoughts on the Vega trim? I heard it has less range and that the block touches the body constantly.
Well, so that wouldn't be on our guitars. So I can't comment on a Vega trim installed in like a Fender product, which is what it's intended for. When it's installed in ours, it's not going to be touching the body because we're doing the routing according to how we want the trim to function. We didn't see any advantages of it over any of the trim systems we have here, but Greg really wanted to use it. And I believe he's the spokesperson for Vega. So, he's an ambassador of the brand at this point. He's a spokesperson, and, we accommodated Greg. So, the other guys here tried it out as well. And I think it's a neat product for what it was created for. You throw it in, a Fender Strat, and you can go both directions with it. That's cool. But, we're a custom shop here, and we do the routing, and we have our own trim system that, really works amazing as well. So I think it's a neat product. And, Greg is going to also still play the Kiesel trim too. So I know he still wants some guitars with those.
Hey, Master Jeff.
Ooh.
Can you tell us more
Dang.
about Kiesel color treated fingerboards, as I see many colored fingerboards on your page?
Yeah, so colored fingerboards, we've been doing those. So I did the first one in, I think it was 96 was the very first one. And it's something that, we didn't do a lot of. We didn't really advertise. Something, the company was pretty reserved on a lot of things. And then, as I kind of took over the designs, in 2012, you guys started seeing a lot more stuff coming out, extended range guitars, multi-scale, crazy paint jobs, bevels, all these things that, are definitely what the modern guitar is now, right? Some of the things were, I don't know if it was early or what, but the industry, there were some things I did that were like, what the hell, and then, it's caught on at this point, but the color treated boards were one of those things. And they're so cool. They look really neat. They further personalize your guitar. We can only do that treatment process on bird's eye maple or flame maple. You can get a number of colors. You can get fades, bursts, multi-colors. I do all of them myself. That's why they're called Kiesel treated. So it was something early on when, we were still carving and I was doing a lot of work, a lot of custom work. I started naming a lot of things Kiesel, and not knowing what the future was going to bring, or are we going to, stay together as one company? Am I going to go off on my own? Are we going to, go separate ways, which we ended up going separate ways and rebranded the company as Kiesel. So that's why a lot of things were called Kiesel, Kiesel pickups, Kiesel treated, is because of that. So we probably would have just called it color treated if we would have launched it as we were Kiesel already, but I guess it's fitting since I do all of them anyway.
Would you do a camo burst?
Camo burst. I don't know what that would entail, but it sounds cool. Why don't you call my guys? See if we can do it for you.
Raphael is asking, what are the specs on Paolo from Trivium's basses?
Oh, that's a good one. So I know they all have walnut bodies and they have maple tops. He loves that because they cut through and they stay really tight. Beyond that, I don't remember if we landed on singles or humbuckers, but a good thing you could do, the guy that puts all of his builds in is a guy named Chris. He's one of my sales guys. If you're wanting to know more about his particular or any artist's particular build, Chris puts them all in. So you can always call up and speak with Chris. Just call 858 Guitars, ask for him, and he'll be able to help you place an order exactly like what our artists are playing.
We got Scott Carstairs in here.
Oh,
And
shit.
he says, what a Jeff and Kiesel fam.
What up, brother? Looking forward to hanging with you in Asia on Saturday. We're going down to hang out with the Deftones. They're playing, Saturday here in San Diego. So Scott and his wife are coming down, and the four of us, myself, my wife, Scott, and Asia, that we're all going to go down and hang out with the guys and watch the show and be a good time.
And then, will you do an Akubo with a Floyd?
No, I won't. And the reason for that is most of the Akubos are 7s. We don't offer a 7-string Floyd system. And since Mark doesn't play a Floyd, even on a 6, we wouldn't be doing that because it is a signature model. You can get something spec'd out as a 6-string that's similar with the Floyd, but it wouldn't be an Akubo.
Can I order a 25-inch scale Zeus?
No, you can get the standard 25.5, or you can get a 24 3/4.
Have you ever done an orange denim finish? If not, do you think it would look good?
I have. They look really good. Here's one thing to keep in mind. The more subtle the color is, the less denim effect you're going to have, right? So like a dark blue, you're going to have the most contrast. Dark blue or dark black, you're going to have a lot of contrast between that color and the grain of the wood. The lighter in color we go, like pinks, teals, aquas, as the colors get lighter, like a light purple or a light blue, light versions of the colors, you're going to have less to really see pop out on that wood. So just keep that in mind, when you guys order them. I have done orange. It does look great.
And then, just want to say that my neon pink fretless headless Delos that just finished up looks awesome. The KTB under the hard as nails looks great. You guys did well. I'm looking forward to playing this one.
That's awesome. Well, thank you, Adam. Appreciate you, man. Whenever I see these really cool guitars, a lot of times it's you. I looked and I'm like, because I don't read the tag when I'm working on guitars. I'm working on the fretboard, I'm working on the guitar. I don't read the name on there because my work, it doesn't matter if someone's bought 100 guitars like John or it's their first guitar. I'm going to do the same effort every single time because it's a pride thing. You want to do your best. And so when I got at the end to Adam's guitar, or not got at the end, but when the guitar was done, I was like, who is this for anyway? And I looked and I'm like, oh shit, that's cool. So I think we even filmed a little cool video with that too.
Yeah, I was playing on it.
Cool.
Scott is asking, do you think you'll ever do a lefty 6-string deal of the hour?
Probably not, just to be completely honest. The goal for me with Deal of the Hour is I want to do something to really get somebody either into their first guitar or get them to jump into something they've never had, like a 24 3/4 headless guitar, right? So that's a lot of it. And so if I do left-handed, I'm only grabbing like 1 to 3% of our viewers. So I'm shooting myself in the foot because the whole point of doing it is to really try to make sure it sells during the live. It's nothing against left-handed players. It's just I'm a numbers guy and it just doesn't make much sense for me to do that.
Have you done a blue candy neck through Aries lately by chance? Wink, wink.
I've done a lot of blue candy guitars, and I have none sitting in my cart. So where I'm at, and I should tell you guys where the shop is at, we're quoting 12 to 16 weeks on builds right now. Yeah, you've been gone. Yeah, we've gotten caught up. I mean, have you seen all the new people out there?
I did.
Yeah.
I know a lot.
Yeah. So we've got a lot of new staff over the last 8-9 months. And some of them, I don't even know their names yet, because some of them are even new, like in the last, I think our newest employee's been here 3 weeks. But anyhow, getting back on track here, 12 to 16 weeks is what we're quoting right now. We're in the high 7s in the works. We were all the way in the 1,500 range. So all this overtime, and we've been working Saturdays nonstop. We're finally going to be winding down the Saturdays where, we're probably going to be able to, take our foot off that where we don't have to work as many Saturdays. And what the hell was the question? Do you remember?
Blue candy.
Blue candy. The point is, I only have 2 carts of guitars because I have been nonstop in the shop. The only time I took a break recently was when Devin was in town. He was with us for 3 nights, so I didn't work on many guitars during that time while he was here. We were hanging. And I did a lot of Candies, a lot of Monster Bursts, a lot of Arctics. I mean, those finishes are just so popular. Denims. So I don't remember, but I can tell you I don't have one sitting in there right now. So depending on when you placed your order, it could be really close to being done. If not, in the paint room with the other guys, putting clears on it and stuff like that.
I've ordered a Vanquish fretless bass. Can't wait to get it.
Oh, that's awesome.
Considering an MJ bass. Would like a suggestion, please. I thought Koa top with 3-piece body, mahogany neck, and rosewood fingerboard. Should the body be Koa or mahogany?
Oof. Thank you, by the way, on your fretless Vanquish. I could go either way. On the Koa body or the mahogany, I think both are going to look great. I would suggest one thing though is probably to do a 3-piece. Oh, you did say 3-piece layer. 3-piece body. If you're really wanting something that's going to be kind of timeless and classic, you can never go wrong with Koa. It is getting harder for us to get. So if you've wanted something with Koa, I would encourage anybody that wants Koa to really, jump and get Koa when they can, because at some point we might not be able to get it. Where mahogany, I don't see that being an issue long term. There's a pretty, great supply chain and pipeline for that, but Koa is getting really hard. That's why it's so expensive. I mean, it's getting hard for us to get and very expensive for us.
I know you're having a big sale at the moment, but are you going to have a Black Friday sale? I can't swing a big purchase right now, but I should be able to in a few weeks.
Well, we always have the Kiesel card, and then we have what was the other one that we had? It wasn't a firm, but partially. Yeah, partially. So we have those that you can check out. So even if you're not in the right time right now, if you know you're going to be in the right time coming up in a few weeks, you could always check out those payment methods. We'll see what rolls down the road in the future. We've done in the past, we've done like some tops and some things like that on Black Friday. I don't work on Fridays. I think I did come in last year. I don't know if that'll be a thing this year. We haven't really talked about it or planned that far ahead.
Scott says that he's hyped.
Nice.
And then, are you able to do any colored pickups?
Yeah, we could do colored pickups.
Cynthia is asking, when will the pickup builder be online? I tried to order pickups a few weeks back and was told to wait for the builder.
I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't remember what we're waiting on. A chart, right? That we're waiting on? Like a sonic chart, I think is what we're waiting on. Like a graph chart of like each pickup. I think that's what Jeremy said.
I thought he already did that. Because I made sure to get him everything
Oh,
he needed from me
I don't know
before
then.
I left.
Then I don't know.
So yeah.
I think it's just a few specs for
Yeah.
each of them.
Okay.
Wondering if I can get that top on the Osiris I just ordered because it looks sick. I think you said that it wouldn't work on the Osiris though. Can you expand on that?
So what it doesn't work on is orders already placed. So we don't do any order changes at all for any reason. So if you've already placed your order, I'm really sorry, but it's not something you can add. Anything that you want to add or do has to be on the order at the time of the order. It does work for an Osiris, just not an Osiris base. So the only thing limiting on this is Thanos base, Osiris base, and Type X. Everything else, headless, no problem.
I just got here. What is the deal on the Buckeye Burl?
Buckeye Burl is $600. It's a master grade top. This would actually even qualify on the HK. The headless K series would be a no charge top. So if you wanted to grab an HK, you could say, hey, I want that one. And we would grab this top, this exact top for you, and it'd be no extra charge. But it's going to be $600 on any other headless guitar. Normally $1,200 for a master grade top like this. I like this because it's got a lot of the, various color tones, the cream, the brown. You got a lot of gray, some green in there. It's just a great looking top. It's got a lot of figuring, a lot of quilting in there, and a lot of the buckeye. It's just a really cool one. I would not put that on an HD though. Please, nobody buy an HD for that. The reason why I say that is the HD having the big pick guard is just going to take up so much space on that. So I don't recommend it.
Pablo is asking, what was your moment of greatest joy today?
Oh, I actually had one. Oh, I know what it was. My wife texted me, and she forgot to pack me a lunch, which it's amazing. She packs me lunch on Monday and Wednesday. Tuesday and Thursday I have lunch with my dad. And so she texts me. She's like, hey, I forgot to pack a lunch. Do you want me to bring you lunch? And it's like kind of crappy here today. It's like raining and cold. And I was like, yeah, that sounds great. And I said, wait a minute, why don't you come swing through, grab me, pick me up, and we'll go get ramen. So we went and got ramen today. So that was my greatest moment of joy today, was my wife coming to get me to go get ramen. I mean, I had a lot of other great moments, but I mean, it's rainy and crappy, and ramen with my wife. I mean, that's a great way to kind of mix up part of my day.
Is it possible to get a Floyd on a Delos or a Solo?
It is not. Nope. We have the Kiesel trim available though.
And then, does the denim advice you just gave also apply to Rad Ash?
Not as much, but yeah, still. I mean, any of the colors, the lighter the color, is going to have less contrast. When we're sanding it back to reveal some of that wood underneath, that color is going to get lighter, right? The more we sand, the lighter that color gets, because we got to pop the wood out from underneath. If not, then there's no denim effect. Anytime we have a light color, that's gonna be like that. They look cool, but they're just not gonna be this shocking and dramatic as it would be if it was just a normal blue denim.
Are you aware of any tone woods that have gone extinct?
Oof, no, but we were in a period of time where swamp ash was getting really scary. We're okay on it. We're not amazing, but we're okay on it right now. We'll see if that continues to be the case.
My neck through this is Tyler O'Brien. My neck through Aries from the run last year gets a lot of attention from the audience, and people always leave compliments on it. Looking forward to planning build number 7.
That's awesome. Thanks, Tyler. Man, miss seeing all you guys at NAMM, and I guess NAMM moved to April, and we're not going. We're out. They wanted us to commit, and we're like, we spent about $100,000 going, and that was before all this extra, labor inflation and all that stuff. So I could imagine that show would probably cost us $150,000, $120,000, and it's a lot of money to spend. So we're not going this next year.
I want to do a black light speed with green splatter. Would this be possible?
Absolutely, no problem. Yeah, call my guys. Yeah, splatter finishes, just call my guys. We have added a new option for our splatter finishes. So you can get the traditional splatter finish, or you can get the brand new, it's called the 3D texture finish. So it's got some texture to it. So the splatter's on there and it's clear and it's glossy, but you have this really cool 3-dimensional feel and look on the instrument. So it's a new option for the custom shop. We did it as a thing for Dan Sugarman on his Murder Axe run we did last year. And, it's something that was such an overwhelming hit that we decided to add it to the custom shop for this year. Speaking of which, we have a new signature model for Dan. You guys check that out. It's pretty cool. It's white and black, white with black splatter. It's got an ebony fretboard, and it's all these themes for Ice Nine Kills. So it's pretty cool. It's on the website, and you can also get the original Murder Axe, the OG. So those have been selling really well. We launched those on Halloween, of course, very fitting. So be sure to check those out.
If you put carbon fiber inserts all over the guitar like a skeleton, would it be the most stable guitar ever?
Well, question to you is, why would you need to do that? I'm not trying to make you feel bad, but like, we have them in the neck, so that's what you want. You want the neck stable, but I mean, what guitar are you buying that the body's moving? If your body on your guitar is moving around, man, you bought the wrong thing. Maybe some overseas something at a really, really good deal. Maybe those bodies are moving, but our bodies don't move, man. And carbon fiber is actually, the stuff we buy is very high strength, very high modulus is what they'll call it. It's very dense and it's super strong. Not all carbon fiber is equal. I mean, I can buy carbon fiber that's in a 1 inch by 1 inch piece and just snap it like a twig. And there's carbon fiber that, I don't care who you are, you're not breaking it. And the stuff we buy is really, really dense, really, really strong. But having said that, it's actually heavier than the wood that's in the guitar. So when we hollow out the neck to put in the carbon fiber, we're actually adding weight to the neck. The piece of wood that came out is actually lighter in weight than the carbon fiber.
Can't wait to get my second SC7X Buckeye Burl. I ordered it in July 19th and then bought a Carstairs blue one from the InStocks for a great deal. So in love with this guitar.
Oh, that's awesome, man. That's so cool. And Scott's such a great guy. Just, it's neat to see that guitar out there in the wild. That's cool.
What tops does the transparent white option finish apply with? Every time I try to use that option on the builder for the SCB model, it says that finish is not available with the top wood I choose. And is the denim finishes also available on the K series?
So, yeah, let me answer the trans white one first. So that is flame maple and should be poplar burl, maybe even quilt on the builder. If there's something you want to add it over that the builder's not letting you, just be old school, pick up the phone, 858 Guitars. My guys aren't going to bite you. Just give them a call and ask them, and they'll help build something for you. For the K series, the denims are included. It's no charge. So when you guys buy a K series, you can get the finishes that I do, like Arctic. You can get Monster Burst, things like that. No extra charge. They're just included in the price. You know, when you guys are at that level, you know, I want to be able to work on the guitar as much as I need to really help, you know, accentuate that thing and just make it pop.
So impressed with one of your InStocks. Put builds in and planning on selling my guitars from other brands. Great work.
That's awesome. Thank you so much.
What was your inspiration for the shape of the Leia?
Well, I really wanted to do a single cut guitar. We had the Vader, that's a neck through, double cut, and I wanted something that had a lot of the looks of the Vader but was a single cut, and I wanted to really pull the size down because the Leia is named after my boxer that passed away, and she was the runt of the litter. She was kind of small, and so you know, for a boxer, you know, not a little dog by any means, but for a boxer, she was definitely undersized. And wanted to have something that just, you know, you would like close your eyes and think of what a single cut Vader would look like, and there you have it. You have the Leia. So I just thought it was a perfect blend.
Is there a difference between denim and faded denim, or are they the same thing?
So there's faded and denim are the same thing basically. There's something we call washed denim, and that's different. It's a different process. I still do that, but it is a different process. And it leaves a lot more of the color and shows less of the wood and has more of the color we're adding. So it's just, you know, it's got, you kind of look at like, you know, some washed jeans there. You still see a lot of the jeans there. You don't see as much of, you know, the color or whatever, like black, you know, acid washed or whatever, you know.
For a first-time Kiesel customer, would a Vader be a good choice, or would an Aries be better, or a Leia?
Well, I would say this. It depends on the guitar you're playing. You can't go wrong with an Aries or a Vader. They have great balance, double cut guitars, very popular. So neither one of those you can really go wrong with. I'm a single cut guitar fan as well, but that's not everybody's cup of tea. So I would say you're safer going with either an Aries or a Vader. If you don't have a headless, but you've always wanted one, go Vader. If you really are not sure about the headless, get the Aries. The Aries you can get bolt on, you can get it with a pick guard, without a pick guard. You can also get it neck through. So there's a lot of options too within the Aries line. So it makes it by far the number one go-to for for me when I'm telling people what to look at.
We have Thomas in here who grabbed the deal of the hour, and he says this is his first Kiesel and his first headless.
That is awesome. Thomas, thank you. That's what these, the deal of the live is for. It's for someone like Thomas. I mean, it's not to say that a guy like John Gamrot with 100 guitars can't grab one of these, because he has, and that's amazing. I love it when it's a first-time Kiesel owner. That is so amazing, So now that has just become the best moment of my day. Sorry, honey, with the ramen, but if my wife's watching, but that's awesome. I mean, how good does that make you feel, knowing that, you're doing these lives, you're doing this exactly for a guy like Thomas, and he takes advantage of it, and boom, it's going to have his first Kiesel. That's awesome. That's awesome.
What is the best way to see all of your finishes?
Wow. You can go to the virtual builder and see a lot of them. You won't be able to see all of them. There's a lot that I do. So I would recommend, scrolling through our Instagram to see some of the Jeff To Do finishes. We probably should have a section on our website that shows off our finishes that maybe we could say, like, these are the off menu ones. Some of them are Jeff To Do. Maybe some of them are Painter Casey, where he does some finishes that we don't have on the website. So we should probably have that at some point on there. So I'm more saying that out loud so Brandon will hear me, and him and Jeremy will, put together something.
I think Jeremy's in here too.
Oh, is he? Cool.
Yeah. He was earlier.
Well, that would be cool to see something like that, where it's just static images, and maybe we could have like 3 across for like Monster. We have, Flame, Quilt, Poplar. I don't really recommend it on Burl Maple, so I would rather not show it on Burl Maple. And we could even have a little description, like, maybe I could even write a little description that says, Jeff says that Monster Burst looks best over Flame, and, I don't know. What do you guys think? Would you guys want that? Maybe you don't give a shit.
I texted Jeremy.
I was asking the customer, not you.
What is the sick-looking crackle finish guitar behind you on the wall?
Oh yeah, that's my DC 600. Yeah, it's pretty rad. It's one of my personal guitars. I've been asked a few times on these lives, is it for sale? I say, yeah, call my guys, and it's still hanging there.
Can I order a Lyra with 8 strings if I call in and speak to your guys?
No, we don't offer an 8-string Lyra. Sorry.
I ordered my first Kiesel. It's a Zeus Swamp Ash Purple California Burst. Ordered it on October 2nd with gold jumbo frets. What material are the gold frets?
Well, thank you for doing that. So those frets are made by a company called Jescar. They are made in Germany, and it's an EVO. So we call it, some people call it EVO, but EVO, and it's a man-made alloy. So I don't know the exact makeup of all the metals that are in it. I'm sure you probably do an internet search and look up Jescar EVO fret wire, and it'll probably give you a breakdown. So if you have any allergies or anything like that, you wouldn't have to worry about it. I know there's some people that have some nickel allergies, and that's why they have to have stainless. All of our guitars come with stainless standard. Hoping to here's something I will tell you guys. We're not 100% sure we're going to be able to continue doing gold fret wire. And it's something I probably haven't even told you. You probably haven't heard it. What happened is, because the industry, most people are doing nickel, some do stainless, and very few offer gold. The company Jescar is looking at not offering the gold material anymore. So we're in talks with them, trying to hey, we really want you to keep going with it. Can we order more at a time? What can we do to help this out? So there might be a point in time where gold frets are no longer a thing. It's not me saying, hey, I don't want to do it. Trust me, we want to do it. But if they're not going to sell it to us, there's nothing I can do about it. So if you've ever wanted a gold fret guitar, I would definitely get an order in. I think we're safe for the next 6 months or so. But beyond that, I can't guarantee you guys we're safe. So it might be a day where that's no longer a thing.
Do you? This is gonna be the last question. Do you guys have an in-person shop with guitars in stock?
It's a great question. So we do have a showroom here. Since COVID has happened, we've repurposed a lot of our staff and we're a lot more efficient. And having said that, we still allow people to come into our showroom to place an order in person. That's the only reason. If you were to walk into our building, normally you'd walk in the front and then you would just make an immediate kind of U-turn and there's our showroom right there. Those doors are locked. So the only way they get unlocked is if you've already pre-scheduled an appointment to place an order in person. The days of going in and hanging out and jamming for a half hour or whatever on a bunch of different guitars, they're gone. I don't know if we're ever going to get those days back. And the reason for it is we've found that we were kind of wasting some of these talented people and we've repurposed them doing some amazing things here. And, you know, it still works great when you guys want to come in and place that order in person. And, you know, let's call it what it is. We also don't have the people coming in wasting an hour, you know, 7-8 times and never buying anything. I mean, you know, it's saving that too. So, you know, our showroom's not open to the public in that regard. It's open just to place an order in person. So thank you all for hanging out. I am bummed that this top did not sell. I don't know how this didn't sell. Crazy, right? But the guitar sold, so that's amazing. On that note, if you have any questions, as always, call my guys, and thanks for watching.